Today I'm going to talk about how I moved to New York City with no money. I was going to school in New York City. I was in school for 2 months. I'm 19 years old. This is my freshman year. I was doing well, and then suddenly I woke up one morning and I just had zero interest in school. Absolutely none. I was learning about the Mediterranean, and I'm a business major. I was learning about things. I was paying thousands of dollars for things that I didn't need once I left school. When I left school, I wasn't going to need to know where the Mediterranean was located or these geographical bullshit. The idea brewed in my head that I didn't need a degree for business. Keep in mind, I'm not anti-college. I'm not any of these things. I believe school is great for a lot of professions. It's very practical for a lot of people. But for my situation, I lost sight of it. So what I did was I made the decision one morning. It was pretty spontaneous. I woke up and I said, I'm dropping out today. So I packed my bags. I walked down to the admissions office and I said, I'm done. I said, I'm heading home. So I flew back to Maine with my bags. I took all my bags. I took everything in my dorm room, cleaned it out, didn't tell any friends in school, and I just went home. So I went home. I stayed home. I got home around October. So I stayed home until about December. When December hit, I was like, okay, I've been home for a while. I've seen my family again, but what's the next step? So I made a post on Craigslist. I said, listen, I have a $500 budget. Keep in mind, I had $500 in my bank account. My net worth was $500. It's not much at all. But I'm 19, that's a scary to have $500 left. Just to not have like an income source at that time. I mean, I was running a company. I was building a company, but we weren't profitable yet. We were still in the prototyping stages. We were losing money as we were going because there's a lot of expenses in early stages of business that siphon money out of the company and take money out of your own personal pocket. I was making a post on Craigslist. I was looking for a place to stay. I was anywhere, a couch, a corner, a closet. I was going to be out all day long. I just needed a place to rest my head. So I made a post. I said, got $500. My name's Trevor, blah, blah, blah. Like all this stuff about me. It was pretty personal. I got, when you're looking for a $500 apartment, you get some real sketch balls some real weirdos that shoot you messages. So I got like some emails, some responses. I was like, oh, cool. I got some responses. Maybe I'm actually doing this. And I got some responses, from these like weird 60-year-old dudes. I mean, there was this guy. There was this guy who actually, when I made my original Craigslist post that I was looking for a room for $500, I got a response. My first email I got back was a guy who said, get the fuck out of New York City with that $500 budget. You're not going to find a place to stay with that $500 budget. No couch, no corner, no anything. And attached to it was a picture. I was like a little confused, and I opened it, and it was a picture of this guy's dick. At that point, I was like, Jesus, like this is the first response I got. Am I really not going to find a place? I found a guy who had a place in Manhattan. It's a nice place in Harlem. Harlem has a bad rep to it, but it was a nice location for me. For what I needed, I would take anything at that time. So I took it. I didn't send him a deposit. I didn't come look at the place in person. I didn't even know what the place looked like. I just bought a bus ticket and I left. And I went to New York City, and it was nothing nice. But it was okay. It's what I needed. I know when I was doing this, I wasn't going to end up in some luxurious, 3-bedroom apartment, like brand new appliances. I knew this was going to be a shitty place, a really shitty situation. But I needed that. That's what I needed. I had a room. I'm telling you, it wasn't a big room. It was probably like a 5x5 room, but it had a bed in there, and that's all it had. It had a bed and a big enough space to open the door. So there's the bed, and then you could open the door and close the door, but there's no standing room in there. So it was very, very small. I was sleeping in a fucking box. But I had a key, I had a lock, and that's all I needed. But now that my $500 was gone, I had $0 in the bank account. So I have no money, I have no income source, and I'm stuck here in New York City. So I have credit cards. Then this is a pretty dumb idea, but I maxed out both of my credit cards over those 2 months. And that is a very, very scary feeling when you max out your credit cards, especially when you're not paying it back. That's very terrifying. It was probably a very stupid decision on my part, but the only other option was like stealing food. And you know, I have a very supportive family, so if I asked my parents, they probably would have sent me money every day. They would probably, you know, not that we're rich or anything, but like they would have made it happen. I told them I had jobs when I didn't have jobs, just so they wouldn't worry about me. I told my parents, you know, I was working 9 to 5 at this blah blah blah, like this store, and I wasn't. I was sitting in my room, and I was out in the city grinding. I mean, every day I would wake up at 5 a.m. I'd get ready and I'd leave. I'd just leave the apartment. I'd go out. I didn't know where I was going that day. Just show up at people's doors, people I looked up to, and I met a lot of people. I met Casey Neistat, just a lot of people, influential people out there who I've met, who I wouldn't have had the opportunity to if I was sitting in class. Brush my teeth, goddamn, they're yellow. Basically, it was the most productive 2 months of my life. All I can say is, these 2 months were more productive of my 12 years in school, and the amount of progress I made with my company. You know, I hired engineers, mechanical engineers who went to college. You know, I'm a college dropout, and I hired engineers who had master's degrees from prestigious universities. So the company really started to unfold. It was meeting investors. I met with a lot of investors, people who were interested in the company, different things like that. And I'm not saying, being like, yo, I'm stunned, like I made it now. Like, no, I'm not rich right now. You know, I'm not a millionaire right now, but I'm a lot happier place right now with my life. I'm in a lot happier place with my company. You know, you just doing what you love every day, waking up knowing that, you know, I'm getting out of bed and getting ready to do what I love is the best feeling in the world. I couldn't stack it up against waking up. I'll make a video about school because I have a lot to say about school. I'm not against school. I know I'm gonna probably get some comments saying like, fuck you. But without me dropping out of school, I wouldn't have gotten these opportunities because I wouldn't have been that time invested. For me, I was completely alone in a closet in New York City. I had $0. I'm telling you, I had no money. I was maxing out credit cards. I couldn't even afford to wash my clothes. For those 2 months, I was washing my clothes in the sink. It sounds disgusting, and I was using shampoo and shit to like wash. It was disgusting. I couldn't even afford detergents. But like, I was never upset, and I wasn't like depressed during that time. In my head, I knew this is only a temporary spot for me. Yeah, I'm moving to LA in a few months. Things are really looking up for me and my company, and it wouldn't be this way if I didn't take the risks I took, if I didn't do the things I did, and if I didn't meet the people I met. You know, move to the big city you want to move to if you have to. You know, if you think it's going to benefit your career or whatever you want to do, then take the move, regardless of the risk. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I think I'll just cut it there. I'd appreciate it if you guys would subscribe. I'll probably put out some shitty content once in a while.